Okay, so today I'm making two kinds of chicken. I have the fryer going, so I want to get it all done with, being that we don't normally use the oil fryer. We usually use the air fryer. So first I'm going to mix up some breadcrumbs to do some chicken cutlets to make chicken Parmesan that we're going to make today and eat in 2 days. And over here I'm going to make the seasoned flour for my fried chicken strips that we're going to have for dinner tonight. So let's get to the Italian one first. I use Italian style breadcrumbs, but I'm running low, so I'm going to add some plain to it. And I season them anyway, so it really doesn't matter. Okay, and then to that I'm going to add some black pepper, which I have to refill, Chuck. I'm not supposed to talk to you behind the camera, sorry. And then I'm going to add some salt. And just eyeball it. I mean, I don't really measure anything. And then garlic. I like a lot of garlic, so I put a lot of garlic in. And then I like to have some oregano. And you can put whatever you like in it. Like if you have Italian seasoning and you don't want to add all this other stuff, you don't have to. I put some oregano in. And some parsley flakes, because they look pretty. Then I'm just going to mix that up. That's done. Then over here, I'm going to make some seasoned flour to do some fried chicken strips. So in my dish, can you see this dish over here or no? I can move this. Better? Okay, so in this one, I'm going to do some plain flour. Let me see, what does this say? This is a half a cup, so it's only I don't know, I just make it. I say maybe a cup of flour, maybe more. Let's see. Well, let's say each of these is a half and they're heaping, so whatever that turns out to be. That's probably closer to a cup and a half. Okay, so into the flour, that's plain all-purpose flour. I'm going to use seasoned salt. Again, some black pepper. I'm going to use some onion powder. Some paprika, which I did not open. It's the cayenne I'm not going to be able to get out. And again, I like the paprika, so I put kind of a lot in. And then this is cayenne, which I use just a little bit of because we're kind of wimps here, but it does give it a little something something. That's that. And then I like to add just and I mean the tiniest amount, otherwise it's too strong. Just a little bit of poultry seasoning. That's it. And then this is a tip from my sister, that if you put a little bit of plain breadcrumbs into your seasoned flour, it just makes for a nicer, crispier top on it, of batter. So there we go. Just a little. And then I'm going to go and cut my chicken and get the eggs and the milk out for the wet, and we'll be back in just a couple minutes. Okay, so we're back with the chicken. I cut my chicken for both the Italian chicken cutlets that I'm going to make a chicken Parmesan with, and also the strips that I'm going to use for fried chicken tonight. The oil in the fryer is now up to temperature, so I'm going to go ahead and do the cutlets first. I just cut them into thin pieces. I'm going to egg dip them. And my egg wash is just 2 eggs and probably like about a half a cup of milk. Okay, so just that. And then again, these are the seasoned breadcrumbs that we just made. And then this will be, we're going out this weekend, so I like to have dinner ready, that when we come home, it's already in there, it's already fixed, we just throw it in the oven and we have a fresh hot dinner rather than, you know, eating eggs or something like that. My cameraman is behind the camera eating the roll from the last video. Okay. Yeah, so this is plenty that there'll be leftovers as well. Okay, I'm just going to rinse my hand off, and then I'm going to show you at the fryer really quick. Okay, so I'm going over to the fryer. Is that better? Okay, so basically I have the oil up to temperature, and I like to have one plate with napkins or paper towels or something to catch the oil, and then what you want to do is move them quickly off of that once they drain a little bit onto another plate so they don't get soggy. So we're going to do the cutlets first. I'm just going to drop them in maybe a couple at a time. And they don't take long, just a couple, maybe 3 or 4 minutes. I have 6 cutlets, so I'm going to put like 3 in this batch and 3 in the next. Okay, I'm going to finish doing these up, and I will come back when they're done. I'll show you what they look like when they're finished frying, and we'll put together the casserole real quick, the Parmesan. Okay, the cutlets are done. They're nice and evenly golden brown. We're going to stick some sauce in the bottom of the casserole dish. I use Tutti Russo because it's my favorite, and I'm really not good at making homemade sauce, but use whatever you like, homemade. I have some that I home canned, but again, not as good as Tutti Russo, so. And then getting back to the cutlets, if you were to do the cutlets at your house and you didn't have a fryer, you could just do like maybe like your biggest stock pot and then put, you know, a couple inches of oil in it so it doesn't splatter so much and fry them that way. You don't actually need a fryer. Okay, so then I'm going to just arrange these in here, try to get them all to fit. That one looks a little greasy. These look good, don't they? Mm-hmm. Okay. So they're all in the pan. I'm going to top them with some sauce. And these cutlets are still fairly hot, so I'm going to let them sit on the counter right away. You don't want to, you know, put like hot food in the refrigerator, otherwise it will start growing nasty stuff on it. Okay, so that's that. And I have pretty brown cheese. You could just put some of that on there. Okay, so I'm going to let this sit here for a minute and cool off, and then I'll wrap it up and throw it in the fridge. In the meantime, let's go back over to batter the chicken strips for dinner, and we'll get those fried and be right back. Okay, so I cut my chicken for fried chicken strips into strips. I have the seasoned flour we made earlier. This is the eggs that I made that I just used to do the chicken cutlets. What I do is I like to flour them, and then egg them, and then flour them again. Some of them are thicker because my husband likes thicker pieces. Some of them are thinner because I like the thinner pieces. I like it a little more crispy. He likes it a little more juicy. I'm not going to make you watch me do all this chicken, so I'm going to come back and show you when I'm pulling them out of the fryer. So again, you're just going to flour them all, put them in a hot fryer, take them out when they're golden. You're going to drain them on the paper towels and then put them onto a clean plate with no paper towels so they don't get soft. Okay, so our chicken fingers are done, and the chicken Parmesan is ready to go in the fridge. I hope that you liked the video and that you will try the recipe. If you have any questions or comments, leave them below in the comment section. I hope that you will subscribe and like, especially if you're a family member. And I will see you next time.